Hey guys, it's Mickey Slowboat Small Block Ford here, and we're gonna talk a little bit about no prep racing. And I shot this video 3 times already. I think I got it now. I was going on rants and jumping off of topics, and that's what I do. Um, I'm a great talker in person, but when I do videos, I kind of want to do them a certain way. I don't want to jump off topic too much. So we're gonna talk about no prep racing and what I think it takes to make it and be successful, not successful, but to have fun, right? Not to go out and lose first round every time, all right? And to do that, my setup is not right now, not what it needs to be. The car goes 760s, 770s, in the eighth at 88 mile an hour, something like that. And what I think it takes to be competitive is by third round, depending on how big the field is, you need to be right in the fives or on the cusp of going in the fives. Because that's how some of these cars nowadays are just fast. Is what it is. They're really fast. And you had people with money. You can't fuck with money. But what you can do is you can give yourself a shot, a chance, a better opportunity to get out of first round. And hopefully I have a couple of tips to help you do that. And you guys are going to see a lot of this in action. Decided to watch a couple of YouTube videos and get better at this. So this is what we're going to talk about. What I think it's going to take for you to be competitive and what you need to do. The moment you get to the event, all right, you want to get there early. If you can get there early and look at the surface that you're racing on, that's going to be the winning factor. One of the winning factors, right? Knowing your surface. Is there a transition? How big is the transition? When is the transition? Are you going to be shifting on or off, or trying to shift it after the transition, right? That's a whole thing in itself. You need to be able to judge the surface. If there's cracks in the surface and it rained the night before or a couple of nights before, that surface, those cracks will have water that seeps out of them, right? And it'll get the track wet. And if the track operators or somebody doesn't catch it, they will send cars down there and there would be a wet surface. It happened at our race. The burnout. Burnout is key. Doing it the same way, doing a really hard burnout, depending on the surface, doing it a short one, not doing a burnout. There's a whole bunch of different factors. In stick cars, it all depends on the road, the surface, everything. So you get there, you look at the track. Your burnout has to be straight. All right, you have a crew. You have a good crew is the next point of view. But keeping your burnout straight, having somebody hold the car and running with the car, and they don't have to run 80 feet. They got a couple of feet to keep the car straight, to keep your track straight. And what you do is you lint roll your lane, right? If you do a burnout and there's smoke coming off the tires and you see it, for 3 or 4 feet, but after that, you ain't got nothing. What you're doing is you're dirtying the tires before you even get to the starting line. If you just keep on rolling it out, because people walk on that starting line all the time. I don't care where you're at. If you are on a prep surface, right, front side of the track, and you're just going out on a testing tune night, people are walking in that lane, right? They don't mean to do it, they just do it. All right, when they're lining people cars up, you'll get people that step behind it, in front of it. Front side of the track, you really don't have to worry about them walking out too far. On no prep surfaces, there's people all over the line, right? There's people stepping everywhere. The goal is to try and get as far out past the sixth or the starting line in the no prep game. If you can, you can. If you can't, then stop before it or go forward and 2, I don't know, 30 feet past the starting line. You can go 60 feet. Have your guy back you in to where you're going to do the burnout, and that rolls the lane, right, for that round, or for you, right? And it's all about for you coming prepared, right? And I'm going to show you what it did to my car, right? It tore my tire up. I mean, the tire's been on there for 2 seasons, but I was just looking at it today before I went to work. I looked at it and said, Jesus. I mean, there's still prep on the sidewalls. I've seen a couple of spots where I hit a rock or something while I was making a pass, and it kind of like made a little indent in the tire. And man, it's brutal on tires. I mean, no prep is no prep. It's exactly what it means. There's all different types of no prep: front side, back side, short side. You start so many feet out past the start line, so it's not prepped. I mean, there's really bad concrete, there's decent concrete, there's blacktop. It all depends on where you're at, where they're racing, where they're hosting it at. All that matters. Take that all into consideration. Doing the burnout. Next thing is video. Video is very important, right? You as a driver have to be aware of, maybe find out what the boost is saying. If it's not an EFI car, if it's a blow through carburetor, you got to watch the boost. You got to watch the AFRs. You got to watch the tach. You got to figure out, what shift point you're shifting the car at. It's going to be the fastest, most consistent. Is it feel like it's knocking a tire off at the starting line? Or what do you feel like the car is doing on the big end? Is it breaking up? Sometimes you got a loud car next to you. You can't hear in the car. There's all kind of things that you need to take a look at. And as long as you're aware of all of this and trying to manage it all and the calm as possible, and you have a good team around you, that will help you succeed. So hopefully that helps a lot of people and gives you a general idea of what you need to do. The next thing would be like, your prep. What are you using to do your burnout? Sometimes, most of the no prep races, if they're backside, it's going to be pour your own prep. All right. If it's front side, sometimes you'll get some front sides that only do water burnouts. Hey, it is what it is, right? But pour your own prep. You get anything: bumper thumper, blue collar, stripper glitter, I don't know, track bite. There's a bunch of different ones, right? There's things that I've never even heard of that's probably out there. Using the same thing, trying to be consistent. What fuel are you running? Do you have enough fuel? I ran out of fuel when I went there. Well, a few leaked, but let's go take a look at this tire real quick so I can end off this video, so I don't get on a super rant again. But here she is. Where's Lori? Convo Pros. I don't like the Convo Pros, but that's just me. Alright. So, I don't know. You guys can see, yep. You see this high gloss right here? This is prep. This is where it's hitting. And it is what it is. I don't have spacer plates on this or anything, but you can see. Alright, like this tire got pretty beat up. Alright. That's it. And these are done. I'm really looking at it. I only glanced at it before I went to work, but they're finished. And 166. 160. I know that my buddy's heads cam blower car on like 7 or 8 pounds went 159 to the 60. And I was right with him. And then that was it. He jumped out in front of me and call a wraps for me. But you can see, beast those tires up pretty bad. You need to see what the car is doing in transition, what the car is doing when it leaves, what the car is doing on the shifts. Is it upsetting the suspension? There's a bunch of different things you can do. But what I have right now, not going to help it too much or help me get out of first round. I think I got kind of lucky, but, You know, sometimes going A to B with a slow car, you know, wins races. It is what it is. I'm having fun. But this video was, you know, maybe help the next person that wanted to try a stick shift event and the no prep thing, you know. Maybe we'll do a video what to look for on the front side, you know, on the regular test and tune night. And that's, you know, a lot of the same thing. But making sure it's not street night or anything like that. It's getting kind of cold out, so I don't know if I'm going to start the car anytime soon. Maybe when, you know, it starts snowing and stuff, and I got to get the battery out, put it on a trickle charger, and lugging that thing around sometimes is a little pain, so I might just call it for the winter. Make little talking videos here and there, you know. Maybe do a video with Terry. I talked to him about it the other night, and I kind of want to do one with him. I have a way of doing it that I think that's going to work. And, you know, hopefully me and him can talk a little bit, and you guys can kind of chime in on, you know, where his brain's at, where my brain's at. And I have an update on what the car is going to get and how we're going to do it. I think I'm going to save that for next video. And I have it in my head. And then I'll let you guys guess. And it's not many, but I'll let a few people guess, see what the car is going to go in their opinion, you know. And all this testing is going to be test and tune, front side, you know, no prep racing. I want to do a couple of events this year. We might do some, you know, some people might not be interested in that, but, you know, we'll tell you guys what it's like, what the experience is like, what the draggy says, you know, all of that stuff. So we got a couple of things in the works here. And I think you guys are going to be, you know, going on a nice little ride here. Not a whole bunch of people are going to be along for the journey, but it is what it is. The people that like it, I appreciate it. You know, keep on tuning in, and I'm just going to keep on giving you content, whether it's just me talking or the upgrades that we're doing. I've already talked to my mechanic. That's one of my best buddies that's down here, and, you know, we're going to get the car over there one of these days. Drop it off, let him do his thing, bring it on home. So I'll talk to you guys later. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful night.